Hey, it's Matt with CISN Country's Christmas Wish, and look who it is, Chris from Action Furnace! We got a story about Alyssa who nominated her dad who needs something pretty special. Chris, what's that special something?
Brand new hot water tank.
Well, let's go surprise him!
It's time once again for another CISN Country Christmas Wish, brought to you by our good friends at Action Furnace. And joining us in studio is the lovely Alyssa this morning. How are you, Alyssa?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. We've got Matt, as always, about to ambush somebody very special in your life, and that person would be
my dad.
Your dad.
Aww.
And we've been talking about it, and you said he's kind of a rock. He normally doesn't tear up or cry, but this is going to be pretty emotional. We're all going to do this together, and at the end of it, it's going to be pretty special. How does that sound?
That sounds awesome.
All right, Matt, are you ready to go? You're at the house.
Yeah, me and Chris from Action Furnace are here. We're at the house. We just need the green light here.
Okay, green light, go.
Okay, go. Go, yellow leader. Here we go. Hey John, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey, I'm Matt from CISN Country. I got somebody special on the phone, okay? Here, you ready to answer the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Hello.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
This is a strange and unusual thing, but it's all going to pay off in the end, I promise. You've got a daughter named Alyssa, is that right?
Yes.
The good news is I'm not telling you she needs to be bailed out of jail.
She's not in trouble.
She's in the CISN Country studio, and she has a Christmas wish for you, and she sent a nomination, and she's going to read it to her dad right now, okay?
Okay.
My name is Alyssa, and I'm a proud supporter of my dad, who has always put others first, even if that meant he would suffer for it. It has been a difficult year for all of us, as we recently lost my grandma to bone cancer on Thanksgiving weekend. My grandma was a major part of our life and took care of me and my sister since we were born, so we never had to go to daycare. When my grandma could no longer care for herself, she moved in with us and my dad and was unemployed for 2 years so he could stay home and care for her, which resulted in major debt accumulation for him. I believe my dad needs a Christmas wish this year, as the last few years have been very difficult for him, with this year being the hardest. On top of all the financial issues he's dealing with this Christmas, my dad lost his mom to cancer this past Thanksgiving weekend. My grandma was my dad's best friend, and losing her was the hardest thing he's ever had to go through. She never failed to tell him how proud she was of him and how much she appreciated everything my dad did for her. Other than myself and my sister, my dad lost his biggest supporter and his best friend when my grandma passed away. My dad has been through numerous jobs throughout the years and has struggled in finding long-term permanent employment, as he broke both of his elbows at work, so this somewhat limited his job options. He was unemployed for a couple of years as my grandma was living with us and she could no longer care for herself. He chose to put her first and stayed home to care for her, even though this meant that he would suffer financially. Because of this, he accumulated quite a bit of debt, and even though he was unemployed, he still had a mortgage and bills to pay. Recently, he has found part-time employment where he has been for the last 2 years, but unfortunately, they're unable to offer him full-time. Because of this, he's not eligible for much in terms of medical benefits, although he does have a few urgent medical issues that he needs taken care of. Unfortunately, my dad still has one other big problem burdening him. His hot water tank broke a couple of months ago, and he has not had the money to get this fixed. He has not had a hot shower at home in the last couple of months, and my poor dad has been boiling hot water on the stove to bathe himself and going to the local swimming pool to borrow the shower to wash his hair. He hasn't had hot water to do his dishes or his laundry for the past few months either. It breaks my heart to think that he's suffering after everything he's done for me and my sister and my grandma, and now this will be the first Christmas he has to spend without my grandma. If you could grant him this Christmas wish and purchase my dad a new hot water tank, that would truly be a Christmas miracle for him, and he would be forever grateful. If we could create one less burden for him and bless him with the ability to have warm showers through our cold, dreaded winters and the ability to do his laundry and his dishes, then that would be amazing.
So that's Alyssa's Christmas wish for her dad, Dawn.
Thank you very much, Alyssa.
Yeah, I'm sure that's tough to listen to. This girl and her sister love you dearly, and it sounds like you've made a lot of sacrifices in your life for both of them and your grandma, as she mentioned. And now it's time for some of that to get paid back. Now, Matt is there with somebody by the name of Chris from Action Furnace. They're our sponsor of this, and they want to put the best, the biggest, the nicest hot water tank in your house. And I think you're probably willing to accept that, are you?
Yes, I will. This is unbelievable.
You know what, Dawn? You're going to be able to have the longest showers you've ever had.
Enjoy them.
I guarantee you, with the good work that the Action Furnace people do. And Action Furnace also wants to give you a $500 prepaid Visa card to take care of some of these incidentals that that we all have this time of year, but especially in your situation as well.
Oh, this is unbelievable! I can't believe this is happening.
You can thank your daughter.
I'm to tears. Yeah.
She said you're not much of a crier. You're a tough dad. But how does this make you feel, Don?
Yeah, I feel very, very grateful. Alyssa's a very good purveyor of words, and she covered every detail that has went on, the last 4 years. I love you very much, Alyssa, and Katrina standing beside me too. And the grandma, she was unbelievable. I mean, I have I've been blessed with two perfect daughters that, it's been the best gift Dad could have. I've never had to worry about them.
Well, they're trying their best to take care of you, Dad.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening today. So we certainly think about you. I know this will be a tough Christmas without your mom, but again, just these are the kind of things that need to happen, just to remind us that life is worth living and life is good, and that's why you have kids, because sometimes they actually can help take care of you back, right?
They pay it back.
No, they're definitely supporting me, and like I say, the time they were born, I've never had to look at report cards or anything. They don't have a bad word for anybody. They just exhibit nothing but love in their lives.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, enjoy that hot water tank that Action Furnace is going to be putting in right away, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, Don.
These guys, I mean, they're amazing.
No, we're glad to help out. It's been a tough couple of years, so glad we can help you out and make Christmas a little more special for you.
My dishes that have been piling up. It's the best Christmas I could ask for. Thank you very much.
No problem. Glad we can help you out. Anytime. We end this with the same thing every time. Group hug. Merry Christmas.